live. Hold on, I think we're live now. Yeah, we are fucking live. So what's up, motherfuckers? Are we fucking live? I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see. Yeah, we are.
Cool.
So
Yep.
this is Eric and Jason. I've done some videos with them. Most people on YouTube focus on the positive things that happens, all the money you make and all the bullshit. My dumbass likes to talk about all the challenges because I think that it will prepare people a lot better to get over these things. So these two guys, Eric and Jason, they're both in my inner circle. There's a link to the inner circle in the description. Jason was killing it and is now back to killing it, but we'll talk about how he lost his account and got it back and what's going on because we haven't really talked about it. And Eric is on the verge of losing $5,000, but hopefully you motherfuckers can help us get it back. So let's start with Eric. Eric, just introduce yourself really quickly, who you are, and that cunt who dislike my video, I hope your dick falls the fuck off because it had to be a dude. Yeah, Eric. So just mention who you are, how long you been dropshipping. You don't have to talk too much about the inner circle shit, but talk about the $5,000. What happened?
Okay,
and we recommended you to Card Bazaar, right? So, and I want us to be clear. I want us to be what part is your fault and what is not. And because I think, anyway, go ahead. Introduce yourself first and then let's get into that bullshit.
Okay, so my name is Eric Sapola, a full-time college student, been drop shipping with Mark and DsGenie since about April. I was trying to do my own thing with the optimization method since last August, but didn't see any success with that. But then first month with DsGenie, broke through, made my first money online personally, and then recently joined the inner circle because I was stuck at around, like 25,000 a month in sales on eBay and wanted to break through. So I joined the inner circle. As soon as I got the email for that, I had to hop in because I was like, it's a no-brainer. So during our calls, Mark and I discussed using discounted gift cards to increase profit margins, and that way, even if I still sell the same amount of volume, I'm making more money from it.
Right. So basically, what it was is Card Bazaar offers gift cards at 10% off, but you have to buy with Bitcoin. So you could get like Walmart, Amazon, I think Home Depot at 10% off. So the idea was that we'll buy from them and have a higher margin. I personally don't do it in bulk because I can't get a lot of Bitcoin all the time. It's a challenge having US bank and living in Nicaragua, being from Trinidad and buying tens of thousands in Bitcoin. Like, I just never going to happen. But because a close friend of mine uses it a lot, and I've used it once or twice in the past, and I know the owners of the platform, I recommended Card Bazaar to Eric. So anyway, Eric, so talk about what they sell, how much you bought, and all that stuff.
Okay, so Walmart gift cards, I've been fine with them. I've had no issues buying Walmart gift cards as I need them because they sell the actual gift cards themselves, and however much in the amount that you need, you put in the request and they fulfill it for you, and they give you the card numbers and everything, and it's beautiful. For Amazon though, you have to buy accounts, and so these accounts, they come loaded with around $1,000 in gift cards on a balance already preloaded on the accounts, and you're paying up front for them, and you're paying for your 10% discount up front. So for maybe $1,000 worth of gift cards, you're paying 900 and change for that account.
Right. So the reason why they sell the account, guys, is because unlike Walmart gift cards, Sears, and so on, when you buy a Walmart gift card, you can use it online, and then you can sell the balance to someone else, and they can use it in their account. On Amazon, when you register a card to an account, it's just tied to that account. So that's why they sell you accounts with the gift cards. Well, yeah, go ahead, Eric. Sorry.
Okay, so essentially the whole deal here was I was doing, like $800, $900, sometimes $1,000 a day on my main account. I say main account because that lets me make a second account because those are the issues I had on that account, but we'll get to that later. On the only account that I had at this point, I was doing almost $1,000 a day. So I figured, okay, it takes 3 days for them. Once you hit refill, they'll refill your balance on the Amazon account for you but then you can't ask for another refill for 72 hours. So I figured, okay, if I'm doing, you know, $1,000 a day in sales, and most of it's coming from Amazon in the first place, I might as well get 2 or 3 of these accounts so that once I go through one of the accounts, the whole balance, I can refill it, then use the second account, refill it, use the third account, refill it, and then cycle back to the first account. So that way I'm on a 3-day cycle, I'm not running out of money, and I can fulfill all the orders that I need on a daily basis. That was the idea there. So I bought 3 accounts at first. And so I was trying to get these accounts for, yeah, $3,000 up front.
Yeah.
And so it's basically buying your inventory ahead of time, but that's a different thing. So I did that, and I was waiting 2, maybe 3 weeks for these accounts, and I saw them go in stock, and I bought them immediately as soon as I saw them, because I was like, wow, this is finally happening. I had been using the Walmart gift cards successfully at that point already. But when I started using the Amazon account, before you even buy the account, there's a set of things they say, and they're like, you got to make sure that you read these and agree to them. And they're very vague. They're like, you have to, like, make sure that you're not, you can add tax exemption later, try to use a virtual credit card, those types of things.
Okay, okay.
But in no way were these things concrete saying, do this or you will lose your account, or do this, you have to follow these exact steps, you have to do these things in this order to use these accounts. They don't tell you how to use them. They give you general guidelines and tell you good luck, go figure it out. Make sure you read these and say, okay. So did that and get the accounts. And I start to fulfill orders in the first one, and some go through. But then after a couple, I receive an email saying that the account's been locked and it's under further investigation. So I call Amazon support and I talk to them about it, and they're like, your account shouldn't be locked, you should be fine, go check it again. And then later I get an email saying the account's been shut down. I'm like, oh crap, what do I do?
So that's $1,000.
So yes.
Okay.
So my next instinct is to, okay, if I'm out one account, I might as well buy another account to replace that one, because I still would need, I would still need another, like, 3 accounts to be able to fulfill all these orders. So I do that, and then I start fulfilling on the second account. Same thing happened. They locked me, shut me down, and I do the same thing. Bought a 5th account. So now I'm $5,000 in. I'm $5,000 in. And
Jesus Christ.
On the 3rd account, as soon as I try to place the first order, well, okay. Obviously, after the first one got shut down, I shoot Card Bazaar an email immediately. Like, I'm like, what the hell just happened? Right. So they're like, did you do this? Did you do this? And I'm like, yes, I did this. And they're like, well, it looks like it's an IP thing. And they were like, you need to be careful what you read. We are unfortunately probably not going to be able to refund you. And I'm like, but you weren't clear on what your instructions were in the first place. So I still took what they said. I took what they said, and I asked around, and I was like, okay, I bought $150 worth of proxies, and I bought a private browser, and I went to a different physical location. And on this 3rd account, I go to fulfill the orders with proxies that I bought, a private browser that I bought a license to, in a different place, on a different IP address. I know everything is unique. There's no way to trace anything. Like, it's anonymous. As anonymous as you can possibly get. And on the 3rd account, I go to fulfill orders, shut down. Nothing. Oh, and I even used a different payment method. Nothing was the same. And I still get shut down. And so I tell this to Card Bazaar, and they're like, that shouldn't happen. We're investigating. And then they ghost me. Nothing. I hear nothing back. And so then now I'm left with these 2 other accounts, and I still have them. They still have the balances on. But of course, I have PTSD. I'm not going to freaking use them because I don't want to get those shut down either. Like, I did everything you wanted me to do. And I still get shut down. And now you're saying we're probably not going to refund you. And from when I hear, it's pretty easy to get refunds from these guys. And now they're saying, oh, yeah, no, we can't refund you. What? That's not fair to me. So now I'm out potentially here if I can't get anything done. $5,000.
So I tried to reach out to Card Bazaar. One of the reasons, so the reason for this video is two things. One is just to inform, we'll get into Jason and how we went through MC011 and fucked up his whole eBay business, right? In a second. But with respect to this card thing, one is more to inform you guys that you don't make the same mistake and like be very careful if you're going to be buying Amazon gift cards from Card Bazaar. And two, hopefully from motherfucker from Card Bazaar will watch this fucking video and reach out to one of us and refund at least half the money. You can take back the $2,000 fucking account and sell that shit to someone else. But get Eric a refund, and even if it's a partial refund at this point, because that's $5,000 fucking dollars, and we can make an update video that he got the refund and you didn't, and they didn't fuck you for $5,000. So the purpose of this video is one, to inform, and hopefully two, that someone at Card Bazaar, someone who knows someone at Card Bazaar, will make this fucking refund happen.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. 5K.
That's
a lot of fucking. Mark, how could I find?
Especially for a college student, like, yeah, I'm drop shipping, I'm making money or whatever, but still, like, $5,000, a lot of money for a college student. Like, that pays for a year of college for me. Like, come on, man. Like, really?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's
so hopefully we'll get. So guys, there are 52 of you guys watching this shit. Like my fucking video. So yeah, Eric, I hope we could get. Again, these guys in the inner circle, the reason why I like to talk about all issues, like all the stuff that we go through, the challenges that we have, and then all the fucking money that we make, right? But yeah, so hopefully, Eric, we could get you this refund pretty soon. So anyone who's watching us from Card Bazaar knows someone, connect us so we can get the shits resolved.
Eric, I have a question real quick. Do you think it's worth using Card Bazaar for Walmart?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah? Just not Amazon. Well, Amazon would be worth it, but you have to have it down to a science.
Right, you have to know the process and everything. And I feel like if you were immediately out the gate going to use proxies or at least some sort of trusted VPN, I would scratch the VPN, because I've heard Tunnel Bear didn't work. I've heard Nord didn't work on it. Because Amazon can read that. But if you get proxies in some sort of browser that's like private, like Ghost browser, that was recommended to me. That's what I use. Out the gate, then you should be fine. I don't want to make any guarantees. I don't want to do that and put anybody else in jeopardy. But for sure, for Walmart, it's an amazing investment. Just the 10% extra margin on top of what you're doing, it allows you so much flexibility, because you can keep either your price is the same and then be making what, 22% margin if you're at 12% normally, or you could drop your margin to like 5% on the front end and you're making 10% on the back end on every sale. So not only are you making 15% total, you're also increasing your volume by I wouldn't say double, but you're increasing your volume by a lot, because not many people can compete with 5% margin up front.
Yeah, for sure.
So guys, as you see, we're not just talking all about Card Bazaar. He said that buying Walmart is worth it, right? But you motherfuckers just need to be careful on the
Yeah, just give the man his money back. That's all he's asking. That's $5K. That's a lot of money.
Giovanni, DSM Tools is not made to snipe. I guess you could do it somehow, but it's not as simple as DsGenie. So Jason, tell everyone what happened real quick, and all the bullshit we had to get through with the MC001. Someone on my last call asked if I think MC001 is real. 011.
Damn, that's a stupid ass question, but yeah, it's definitely real. So yeah, I mean, I had an account. I sold like 14,000 my first week, and then in a week I sold like a little over 14,000 in a week, and then my account on Cyber Monday, my account got hit with an MC011 suspension, And yeah, basically what happened is they delisted all of my items, and for about 5 days I couldn't sell, and it was very depressing. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of crazy because I would always hear like people say, oh, once your account gets suspended, or yeah, once your account gets suspended or whatever, like your account's never the same, or whatever.
Or some people never get it back.
Yeah,
I think most people don't get it back, don't go through the problems of giving them what they want. So could you say what, we'll talk about how much you're selling now after, but could you say, just talk a little bit about what we had to do, like what you had to do to get it back?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, so a lot of people, I'm not gonna lie, like you see all this bullshit on the internet, like all these people like, oh, I got my account, I couldn't get it back, blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm talking about hundreds and hundreds of people. And like Mark said, I think the reason why is either one, people are doing shit that's sketchy and that gets their account shut down, or they just don't provide what eBay actually wanted. So basically all it was pretty cut and clear. I just provided them what they wanted, the documentation that they wanted. They wanted proof of my ID, bank statements, and then also just a couple of invoices. And when I say a couple, it was like over 100 invoices I had from my suppliers.
And that's why most people are not going to do it, because like it's just like, oh, I'm not going to do, like I've had people tell me I'm not going to go through the problem of sending 100 invoices and maybe I don't get my account back. But these motherfuckers are still wasting the time to send me that message. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, so like I said, I got suspended last Monday, on Cyber Monday, and then I didn't get my account back until Saturday night. And then Saturday night I got my account back. It was like the best day in the world for me to have my account back. And then I just like an hour later, I relisted a couple of my items, and I only have like 100 items right now, but I'm still doing over $1,000+ a day. Yesterday I did 1,700, and then today I'm over 1,000 still with just like 100 items on my store. But that was another thing I need to throw in. So they did give me my account back, but kind of with like limitations. So they basically just like, they lowered my listing limit and my selling per month limit as well. But that's okay, because I'm just gonna get that shit raised back up anyways.
Right. And you're selling 1,000 a day already, no?
Yeah, for sure. I did 1,700 yesterday and over 1,000 today.
Jasmine Smith, when you say invoice, are you sending receipts from the suppliers or actual? No, the same invoice you get when you purchase it, we just download it and send it as a PDF. But like you sent in 100 and something, right?
Yeah, I pretty much sent in every single, because I had over like 400 and something sales, but I just sent in one invoice per sale, if that makes sense. Like for the particular item, like if there was an item that sold 20, 30 times, I only sent that one invoice, so that one receipt or whatever.
And this is the thing, like some people are like, hey, I'm not going to do eBay drop shipping because I might get my account suspended. Great.
Yeah, let's competition.
Drop ship on eBay.
Yeah, let's competition for sure.
So what? Oh yeah, and push. So we had another guy in the group. He went from selling nothing to selling like close to $2,000 a day in 3 weeks, and he got the MC011. He's from California. Same shit. They asked for the ID, they asked for the bank statements, and they asked for the fucking net is like $200, Mr. Man. And they asked for invoices. He sent in 120 invoices and got that shit, got it back, right? And he's back listing and back selling like crazy. And what is cool, like when you get MC001 early, that's, in my opinion, that's the perfect thing. Because imagine if you were drop shipping for 7 months and you listed, prune, and then these motherfuckers just take down all your fucking listings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like going from scratch, and then you would have had way more sales. You'll need way more invoices. Like I remember I got MC001 after selling, this is like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But after selling $100,000 for like 5 months straight, and then these motherfuckers restrict my account, and I have to go through all the bullshit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I mean, I think for me personally, I think it's kind of interesting Because you see all this bullshit and all these theories and all this crazy nonsense in like these groups and stuff. But like, I don't know if y'all heard that, but that was another sale. But like it's crazy because like everyone's like, oh, once you get MC011 or whatever, your sales are never. Oh, another sale. Look at that, another one. Anyways, they're always like, oh, your sales are never gonna be the same. Blah blah blah. And it's
That's
like
bullshit. I'm glad people believe that shit, so they can fucking not make money and keep writing that shit on the internet.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. But like I said, it's like before the MC011, I was doing like 2 to 3 to I was about to break 4,000 something on Cyber Monday. Again, that was the weekend of those holidays that like most drop shippers make majority of their money. So obviously sales were going to be skyrocketing at that point, but like I said, I have 100, like I can show you guys. I'm not just going to say it. Let me just show you, because I don't know, me personally, I like when people can say something but they can also prove it as well, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys can see that there, but this is my account here. And
23,000 in sales with 100 fucking listings.
Yeah, and
motherfuckers.
the unsold was because again, when my account got hit with the suspension, it delisted all of my items. So I had to relist them. So that's why it says 189 unsold, which was because of the MC011 suspension.
So guys, eBay dropshipping is dead.
Yeah. Go do Amazon.
Yeah, do anything. Go dropship on Shopify.
Yeah, dropship on Shopify. That's the way.
Brand said, what percentage margin is good? I look for 10% margins.
Yeah, I like dead ass. Like when I tell people, I just try to copy and paste what Mark does. Like he has the lifestyle and like the way that he lives, like having maids and all that shit. Like he lives in a beautiful ass part of the country and all that. Like that's the lifestyle that I want. So it's like I'm gonna literally copy and paste what he does, and of course try to improve upon it and make it my own. But for the most part, like I always try to just stick to what he's doing, because what he's doing is working. So there's if it's not broken, don't fix it, And
I've been saying this shit for fucking years. Like I've been saying the same. Like obviously, when things come up, you solve the problem and you keep it moving, right?
Yeah.
But like the framework of what, I mean, luckily we figured out in the inner circle why, like that thing, like why, like we're getting a lot of sales and a lot of people aren't. Like you're still getting sales, but not at the same rate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not rocket science, guys. Like we snipe, we find shit that's sold multiple times, we beat the price. You might need some tweaks with the faster ways to find items to sell. Desired profit margin is 10% as well.
Yeah. Christian. Yeah, I use Mark's software, DsGenie, for sure. It's lit.
And check out.
Yeah, I use DsGenie as well.
Yeah, Eric has been in DsGenie for a while, and these two guys should be here in Nicaragua in February. So
yeah, we'll be there in February.
So slight weight fitness. When we end this call, you could watch a recording. We talked about Card Bazaar in the beginning. So guys, check out like my fucking video, subscribe to my fucking channel, look in the description there's a link to the inner circle. I don't know if I have links to
Mark.
else.
Mark, you should you need to just take off all your like videos about sniping. You need to take it off right now, bro. No, don't let anybody learn this.
But like, what I noticed, I've been talking about this shit forever.
Like, let's just make a training, bro. Let's just make a training. We'll sell it. They can't. That's it. People lost out.
Yeah, like I'm tired of saying the same shit over and over and over.
Nathaniel, I have one VA right now. She's part-time. I'm just trying to master the system of like, I don't know how to put it. Like, I'm just trying to master the system of like VAs, because what I want to do, like I said, Mark has the lifestyle that I want, and I know in order to get to the do the amount of numbers he's doing with his, obviously I have to put in the work, which without a doubt that's what I'm gonna do. But there's a certain system that comes into place with hitting the numbers that Mark does, like the 200,000 a month in sales, whatever. Like you need a particular system in place, and that's what I'm trying to master with like hiring VAs and outsourcing and scaling Because I'm to the point where like I know what sells. Obviously, I was able to sell 14,000 in a week. Like I know what sells. Like I pretty much feel like I have the entire business down packed. It's just a matter of getting VAs.
Time.
Yeah.
It's time at this point. It's just scaling what you know already.
Yeah, exactly.
I go on, what is Tyler's? I go live on Tyler's channel in like 15 minutes. So if you guys not bored of my beautiful black face, you guys will want to go check out what's Dropship Tyler. I'm not putting a link in this shit right now. I'm tired.
Man, you've been on a whole live grind today, Mark.
Yeah, I just doing lives. I did some calls today. Tomorrow I don't have any calls.
Oh yeah.
Do we have a time for the advance call tomorrow morning?
We have an advance call tomorrow morning?
Oh,
I have to check my calendar.
On the advance call on Monday, you said we were going to try to do something on Wednesday.
A second one. I might do it on Thursday instead. But I have to check.
Gotcha.
Hey Jason, you mentioned you started with Roger. You didn't mention that. It was
Who's Roger? I don't know. No, I mean when essentially 2 years ago
I started with Roger Langell last year. That was me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Back
my
in the
boy
day.
Eric. Yeah.
Fuck Roger. Roger's a church dude that no one is willing to say he's full of shit.
Who the fuck is
Dude,
Roger?
honestly, though,
I've never heard of him.
Roger Langell, he did a drop shipping MLM back in the day called Dropship Domination. Yeah, and that's where I got my start way back when, but then that obviously fell apart because all MLMs do eventually. But last year, he and his brother put out a drop shipping course. It was supposed to be like an all-in-one like internet training. And so I hopped into that. I like worked all summer with my dad, made some money, bought his course. That's how I got into eBay last year. I did optimization, broke even for 6 months. Didn't even make any profit. Broke even. And that's how I got into DsGenie because a friend of mine said, hey, you're drop shipping. Why don't you check out Mark? And then the rest is history.
Yeah,
Man.
like this is the thing.
Your boy's the real MVP, Eric. He led you to Mark's. I'm gonna be real, dog. I don't even know how I came across Mark's YouTube channel, but that just shows you like I'm out here when it comes to YouTube, bro. Like one random ass night, I stood up to like 6 in the morning watching this crazy motherfucker's videos. Like all it, like I swear, bro. I probably digested like, at least maybe like 15 videos that night. Like that.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, right? On the internet, all these YouTubers and marketers that are politically correct and don't fucking and play the game, and for some fucking and then Roger is like a church dude, right? So like he got all these fucking people from his church drop shipping and shit, and because you're like a nice person, most people don't want to call you out on the shit, right? I don't give a fuck. I am fucking fed up. Like me, always wanted to be an entrepreneur as a child. I take serious offense of like I can imagine me being a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 15-year-old thinking that these motherfuckers are leading me down the right road. I work really hard and waste my time because it's not the money. I'm not worried about the $100 or $50 or $500 or whatever the fuck all these guys are charging, right? I'm worried about the time, and I'm worried about people who fail and are discouraged to go again because they fail, and the reason for them failing is getting fucking bullshit information. Like I actually hate that shit. So I don't have.
Me too, man. I've spent thousands of dollars on just either bullshit ass training or just like fake, like the fake gurus out there. And
and it's sad because people will look at like, okay, people will look at Roger and be like, hey, he's a well-spoken church dude. He wants to teach, blah, 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 blah. He can't be wrong. Maybe I'm a cunt. No, he's the cunt.
No, I'm telling you, Mark, take all your training stuff off YouTube, bro. Take it off. Most people don't deserve it. They just don't.
So, Christian, I started dropshipping with Roger back in 2013 or 2014, or 2012, like back in the day. I was in one of the first fucking DS domination groups. I was in the top group or whatever the fuck they call it, that supposedly all the top dropshippers were in, but that wasn't the point. That was the fuckers who would recruit the most people into DS domination. So when I was sharing my $100,000 a month fucking sales, these cunts kicked me out of the group because people were asking me, what are you doing? And what I was doing had nothing to do with what they were teaching, like nothing. Like I founded I found Terapeak at the time. I used Terapeak to run sellers, order their top selling items, take those bitches and snipe them.
Mark, I don't know if you probably ever like said this on a video, but I've always been curious to ask of like what in your head like sparked you to think like, let me, you know what, instead of doing all this optimization and all this, let me just like snipe, like let me snipe this person instead. Like what in your head like sparked you to actually do that?
My thing, I was like, okay, so you go on eBay and like you see all these sellers and you see they're selling stuff, but you don't really know exactly what's going on, right?
Right.
And then like you click and you see like, okay, you could see on the page all their sales. When I got Terapeak, so Terapeak, I'm not sure if they're still around. eBay bought them, but when you put a seller in Terapeak, it tells you like Terapeak is what our competitive analysis tool is in DsGenie. It tells you how many items someone sold, their sales rate, the average price of the item, but then they give you the list of the fucking items and order it by top selling by quantity or top selling by volume, right? So I was like, but if they're telling me exactly what these people are selling, and these people are selling stuff that I could also get, I could just sell all the things that all these people are selling. So I didn't break it down into last 4 and 30 days in the beginning. My initial thought process was, okay, if this dude has 100 listings and sold $10,000, if I list all 100 of his listings, all I want to sell from that all 100 is $1,000. I just want 10% of his sales, and I was willing to work 10% as hard as the people that I saw on eBay. That was how this started. That is how my thought process was. I was like, I have a fucking business where you know what the fucking people are selling, how much they're selling it for, and you know where they're getting it from. Why the fuck would I copy like successful fucking people? So all I did, I started just copy and paste, no reduced price, no nothing, right? So then I noticed, like, again, I had Terapeak. So then I noticed the items I was listing and sold were the items that sold from his stuff consecutively, right? So then I was like, how could I make this item better? I tried to fucking, who the fuck? Hold on. My mother-in-law is messaging me. That's strange. Yeah. I tried lowering the price. It sold. So I was like, sweet. And then I noticed from using Terapeak that most of the biggest drop shippers who have the best, not the biggest, but most of the drop shippers who have the best margin also have the best sell-through rate. So there were drop shippers selling millions, but they didn't have good margin. And they had a horrible sell-through rate. But I wanted margin. So I just noticed from looking at so many accounts that the biggest margin accounts have a high sell-through rate. So then I started to take items that sold 8 times in the past 30 days and just keep doing that. What I noticed from that process now is that when you only snipe items that sold 8 times, I was missing out on the most expensive items, the $1,000, $1,500 items, because those items generally don't sell 8 times a month. They don't even, most of the times they don't even sell 4 times a month. But just to increase the price of the item, I reduced my requirement to sold 4 times. And I just started at one point and I just made the process a little better, a little better, a little better. That's all. This is when you, so like, I have to get off this call soon, but when I was 19, I begged the richest man in Trinidad to work for him, right? He owns like, I physically wrote over 100 letters. I went on a payphone in the US in my college and called Trinidad maybe 200 times to this company. And the reason why I wanted to work for him is because I thought if I sit next to the richest motherfucker in my country, I could learn what the fuck he did to be the richest man in the country, right? I got the job and I didn't get to spend too much time close to him and like spy on what the fuck he does. But that was a little stupid because obviously he wouldn't let me know all the ins and outs, and like he's way above my level at that point, right? But that was just all of my thought process. If I get close to successful people, not just and receive their aura and turn into a rich person, but see what they're actually doing, then I could learn from that. But then with eBay drop shipping, this shit was just fucking in the open. So automatically, my brain just connected all the fucking dots, and I was like, "This is retarded."
Mm-hmm.
And it's been 7 years later.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean that's just interesting that like, you know, like you're able to just piece all that together, and it just shows like the type of person that you are as far as how you think. X Final asked, how do you avoid an MC011 suspension? Fuck. I would say personally, from my experience, I wasn't able to avoid it, but that was just because I was just growing too fast. So I would think
say
to avoid
don't
it.
try to avoid it.
Yeah, fuck it. Like
If it comes, deals with it. I wouldn't allow what could potentially happen because it's not a final thing. It is final if you scam in eBay. It is final if you owe eBay fees from a previous account. It is final if you break in the terms of service completely. But MC001 is just a process you have to pass. Once you pass it, you don't have to worry about it again.
Yeah, that's the. I'm honestly, in a way, it was kind of like a blessing in disguise because I had over like 200 and something orders within that week that I had to go out, and it just gave me some. Because again, I'm barely getting on the VA train as far as like, kind of outsourcing parts of the business, you know. So for me, it allowed me to basically kind of play catch up and take some time to just, you know, it was shitty. Like, don't get me wrong, like not having my account because I'm just so used to like grinding, like listing and you know, fulfilling orders and just doing all parts of the business. And then just to like, all right, let me just fulfill orders and then deal with customer service issues that's probably like the worst part of the business, I would say. And then not being able to list is something I personally enjoy. I like to list. Like I love that process personally.
All right, guys, I really need to go. I'm going to go live on Dropship Tyler's channel in like 3 minutes, and I need to take a leak before that. So subscribe to my fucking channel. There's a link to the inner circle. There's an application. You can't pay right away. There's an application to join the inner circle in the description of the video. Go check that shit out. Jason, we'll talk later. We'll talk tomorrow because I need to get the Amazon stuff set up. Eric, yeah. I'll figure out when we do the advanced call, and I need to go, motherfuckers. Like my shit and subscribe to my motherfucking channel or get genital herpes. Later, dudes.
See y'all.